morning YouTube. So today we're gonna take Boogieman to get tuned for the ROTO FAB and the MSD intake manifold. We didn't get a chance to port the MSD and get rid of all that flashing and all that excess material inside of the runners. But that's okay. We're just gonna go ahead and get the car tuned so we can get some runs in, because we have really good weather right now and everybody's running really good, and we want to jump into that. We want to get in on that action. So we're just gonna go ahead and go over to Kike FAB and Tune and get this Boogieman dialed in. All right, Boogieman's here at Kike FAB and Tune, where there's always nice trucks that like to party. Look at this nice, beautiful truck. Man, now this is a truck right here. Ugh, look at this thing. Savagery turbo. What's up, Gino? You guys ready to make some power?
You want to make the power?
We're gonna make tons of power.
Let's make the power. Nada más inglés, se me acabaron los 25 cents. Aquí está.
Okay, so this is the baseline pull. We lost a little bit of horsepower and torque on the bottom end, but we gained some power on the big end. So from our old tune. Okay guys, this is a few adjustments. We're gonna see where we're at. Oh yeah.
Just by leaving it out a little bit, like 269.
Oh damn, it's almost at 470 horse.
Yeah, 469, almost 470.
Nice. Yeah. Alright guys, we're almost at 470 horse, so not bad. What's interesting is that our AFRs are from the baseline. It wasn't that much leaner, so you would think it would, being that we had the stock LT1 intake manifold and our old smaller, colder intake. So this setup should, you would think it would be leaner, but it's the AFR is not even affected that much per our last tune, so that's interesting. We did lose some power down low. From the baseline, I believe we lost like 10 or 11 foot-pounds of torque on the bottom, but we gained like 7 horsepower. So, but on the big end, we made like 20. We're like up like 23 horse and like 17 foot-pounds of torque on the big end. So it should definitely go faster on the track if it doesn't affect how hard it leaves. So hopefully it doesn't affect our 60 foot so much. But it's going good. It's looking.
What's that?
470? No way. Not bad, not bad. The Muhammad Ali of tuners right here. Alright guys, there you guys have it. We broke 470. We almost got rid of all that power we lost on the bottom end, because we did lose some power on the bottom end. So we lost some power and some torque. So he's doing whatever he can to salvage whatever power we have at the bottom. But we're definitely making a ton of power on top. So whew, that car is gonna rip.
Se marcó 3, güey.
3 ohms?
Yeah.
Okay, so this one gave us 0.3, no? Punto 3. And then the MSD gave us...
Verga.
No, that's a stock one, right?
Stock one.
Damn. 3.9?
Yep.
So the MSD is pretty good though. Not too bad.
Not too bad.
And let's see the Granatelli. 0.00. Damn. So how does that equate to horsepower? I don't know.
Let's go check.
That's crazy. So we just tested the Granatelli wires on the multimeter, and it gave us 0 ohms, which is insane. The MSD gave us like 0.3, and then the OEM gave us like 3.9. So that's insane. How does that equate to power? We don't know. So we're gonna get this thing dialed in first, and then we're gonna swap them out. So it should be really cool. Okay, so there it is. Granatelli wires. Alright guys, so I just finished swapping out the Granatelli wires, and here's the spool. Let's see what happens. Wait, 4 horsepower off wires. No shit. It made 4 more again?
Oh, it made the,
Yeah?
It backed it up.
Nice.
It's true.
That's crazy, huh? There you have it. Granatelli wires made 4 more rear wheel horsepower on the dyno, back to back, over already competition performance wires. Because we originally had Hollies in there. So I know they claim 12 plus on OEMs to Granatellis, but you know, we had Hollies in here already. So over the Hollies, they gained 4 more rear wheel horsepower. So that's insane. All right, ladies and gentlemen, as you guys see the video, those were our final numbers. There's a lot of hate on the internet right now on these wires from Granatelli, because nobody believes them that they make pretty good power, right? I think they claim like 12 horsepower. So I had to test it. You know, we are suckers for science here at G's Footage, so we had to try them out, and we did. So we got our hands on a set of really nice blue ones, and you could definitely see the quality, like over OEMs or even over like our, you know, I previously had MSDs, and then I swapped over to Hollies, because when I put the hooker shorty headers, their primaries were a little larger and the MSDs would hit. So I swapped them out with the Holly, which was an angle boost that you know, cleared the header. So when I got these Granatellis, you know, when I was doing my research, I found a bunch of threads on the internet, on Facebook, on Instagram, like you know, there's no way wires that are gonna make more power. There was just so much hate on these wires. I was like, man, I gotta test these out. So I told Kike, hey, once we, you know, get the setup dialed in and, you know, we lock it in, we cool it down, and we make sure that this is our final numbers, let me swap these wires on. And he was like, yeah, dude, go for it. You know, he even jumped in and helped me swap them out. So we did multiple passes, okay, on the car, and we let it cool down, and we ended up at 470, 468. That was our final numbers, okay? So then, you know, I turned on the electric fans, and I left them running, and I started swapping out the wires, you know, like that hot, just carefully just pulling them out. And they were, you know, my headers are wrapped with DEI header wrap, so it's not that hot. So I swapped them out right there on the dyno. I put the Granatellis on there, and to be honest with you, I didn't even think I let that car cool down as much as I should, you know, to give it a fair fight against our previous numbers, because we did let the car cool down before we got our final numbers. Yeah, so we did a pull, and right off the bat, 474, 472. That's plus 4 horsepower, plus 4 foot-pounds of torque. I looked at Kike and I was like, no way. And he's like, oh shit. He goes, no, we got to do it again, you know. And he pulls it again, and he backs it up, 474, 472. And I'm like, no way, you know, like, run it again. We did multiple pulls, and yeah, it backed it up every single time. It made 4 horse and 4 foot-pounds of torque off wires. And that's insane, because it's a super easy mod. It's not illegal to do. You know, you're not gonna get busted with like emissions or smog or anything like that. You know, it's pretty good. I know Granatelli claims like 12 horsepower or something like that, but unfortunately, you know, time is money, and you know, like I can't sit there hogging Kike's dyno and say, hey, let me swap every single wire. So they test OEMs to Granatellis, and they made like 12 horse. So I tested a performance wire, which is Holly, which is a good brand, against the Granatellis, and we made 4 more horsepower over the Hollies. So that's what we got, and that's super impressive. And it was like the cherry on the top, because it put me closer to that 475 ballpark that I wanted to be at. So we ended up with 474, 472, which is super awesome.